Yeah, I'm back, you guys. Let's do this. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Draw It 2. My name's Ramney, and today we are going to be drawing Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys, when I was younger and I was reading Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord looked like this. In the comics, he donned this helmet that gave him that big bug-eyed look. And when the movie Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they took that look from the comics and they modified it so that it fits into the MCU. And that is how pretty much everybody now knows that iconic Star-Lord mask. And so today, you guys, to kick off my show following my Thanksgiving break, thank you, by the way, for being patient that whole time. I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw that mask from the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, starring Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. As usual, what you guys need is a pencil, an eraser, any type of white paper, and black pens to ink afterwards. As you're watching this tutorial, remember that you can pause at any time so you can catch up on your drawings. Remember, we all draw at different speeds, so find a pace that works for you and stick to it. Remember as well that if your drawings look slightly different than mine, that is completely fine as well. Having said all of that, you guys, let's get to the tutorial. Okay, let's get started with our Star-Lord Peter Quill drawing, and I've got my paper in landscape mode to start with, and we're going to be drawing just his head and his shoulders. So let's begin. And as usual, I've got my drawing of a circle. I like to start off my head drawings with a circle, and we're going to take that circle and we're going to find the sides of the head. And as you guys notice, this doesn't go straight up and down. It's kind of slanted like this. It kind of gives him that swag, and that's what we want. So I'm just finding the general shape of Star-Lord's head. And of course, we're not going to draw his face, so I'm not too worried about the size of it. But I just want to get placements of things down so that we know where we're going to draw things. So let's find the eyes first. And I'm actually going to draw the eyes kind of a little bit lower than I would normally, because his mask is just, I don't know how to explain it. He's looking down. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to find probably this part right here is where I'm going to draw a line, and that's going to be for his eyes. So his eyes, I'm going to find about a gap about this big, and I'm going to make sure that it's this center line right here is in the middle, and I'm going to draw some circles like this, and that's what we're going to start off with, those circles. Actually, I think I may have made it too big on this side, so let's make this side smaller. So everything's going to start, or everything's going to work off of the eyes, so we want to make sure that we get the eyes and the size of the eyes just right. You know, once you get the eyes, you can erase that lower part of that circle. Okay, now above the eyes, we're going to draw the brow part of the mask, and I'm going to first connect the top of the circles like that, and then on this side I'm going to bring it down, and I'll do the same thing on this side. So we're going to go for symmetry, so we want to make sure that this side and this side are exactly the same mirror images of each other. Okay, so we've got that, and then we're going to bring it down. We're going to leave a gap about this big right here. Bring that down, and this down. So I'm going to work left and right and right and left. Okay, bring that in towards the center, and then we'll leave it at that. We're going to go over here. I'm going to find two lines right there. That's sort of the closest that they're going to get to the eyes. I'm going to join those two together in a curve, and then I'm going to extend it out like this. Okay, remember to try to make everything as symmetrical as possible. There you go. So we've got the basics of the mask. Now we're going to bring this one in like this, and then we're going to bring it down. Remember to make these two lines be as far away from the center line, the same width. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Now let's first draw this. So now that's that's just the nose part of the mask right there. And then let's complete the brow. I'm going to draw this line above, and it's not a straight line. It goes up over the eyes, and it goes down in between the eyes, and it goes up again, like that. And I'm going to do that twice. One, and then second time above that. So that's going to be part of the goggles. So what I'll do now is I'm going to take the middle line that we did, I'm going to bring it down like this, and then like that. Same thing on the side. Alright, now I'm going to stop it right here and right there. And then just draw a little curve to end it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little tube that comes out of it right there, and another one right here. And then it gets smaller and smaller, and then this part is just the metal part. So this is really thin, this is medium size, and this is the biggest size. Okay. Now I'm going to find the middle of that tube that we did, and I'm going to draw a line straight, going straight parallel to this line right here. Same thing on this side. I'm going to draw it like that. And then I'm going to draw another one right here and right here. Alright, now let's go back up here, and we're going to finish this off. Well, we're not going to finish it off actually, we're just going to extend it, and then let's figure out how to do the top. Okay, so from here, the corner and this corner, we're going to find our way up the head, and we curl it like that. From here up, just like that. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. We're going to go back here. We're going to draw a U shape right in between the eyes, right here. And then this U shape sort of continues up above here, there. And I'm going to do it twice, like that. Now over here I'm going to draw this curve like that. And as you guys can see, it's about this width away, or this is the width, that's the size that I want it to be. And then now here, I'm going to bring it to there on both sides. So that's the top. And that's the top of the mask right there. Let's do a little bit of detail in the eyes. Just gonna redraw those circles so that they're nicely defined. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle inside that circle, but I'm going to bring it closer to this side, closer to the bottom left, like that. So instead of that inner circle being in the center of the bigger circle, it's closer to the bottom left. And I'll do the exact same thing over here, but it's going to be closer to the bottom kind of right. Kind of gives him a bit of a derpy look. So let's fix that derpy look. Okay, I'm going to draw another circle inside that circle. This time it's going to be right in the middle of it. And do this part as slowly as you can, especially if drawing circles isn't your strong point. Okay, and then lastly I'm going to draw a crescent like this. And I'll do the exact same thing over here, except the crescent is going to be the bottom right. Okay, I'm going to draw a line from the top right corner, just like that over here, same thing. And then I'm going to draw a line in the middle like this. And then I'm going to draw a curve from this line that we did to that line. Like that. Okay. Now let's draw the ears. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to bring this down like this to about there. And same thing over here. And what we want to do is we want to bring this like that and like that. Okay. Now from here, we're going to angle it slightly so that it goes in. So this one kind of goes down this way. This line, we want it to go in towards the center more. There we go. And then from that, we can draw the ear. And the ear, I'm going to start right here and right here. So right kind of along the eye line. You still have this line that goes across right there. I'm just going to curve it up like that. And then this one, same thing, just like that. And then from here below that, I'm going to find the center of this little line right here, and I'm just going to bring it down like this. Same thing over here. And then I'm going to bring it in like that. All right, I'm going to draw a little line right there and right here. And then now we're going to draw the complicated hoses, breathing apparatus that he has down here. So let's see if I can try to make that easier for you. Yeah, I'm going to tilt my paper this way so that you guys can see it at a more straight up and down look, and maybe that'll make it easier for you guys. Okay, so let's start over here. I'm going to draw a little V shape right here. And then I bring it down to those lines. And then from here, let's draw lines crossing those two lines that we did earlier. So you want to make sure that they're kind of giving him a smile. And you want to try to make sure that they're about the same size. Okay, and then change direction, make it go down. And same thing over here. Now we've got this point. We're going to do a little curve like this, and another one right here. Okay, let's go back over here, line across, and we're going to draw two lines like this, and then they sort of almost make a pentagon shape, but at the bottom, instead of drawing that little corner, you want to flatten that out, and you want to make sure that this line is smaller than this top line right there. Okay, now from that I'm going to draw some ovals. One there, and another one here. Now pay close attention to the way that you draw the ovals, because you want this and this to be about the same. Because we're going to be connecting this, and it's going to be one tube there, one tube right here. Okay, now let's go back over here, and let's draw a line going like this on both sides, and then that way. And then here I'm going to draw a bigger sort of oval, like that, one there, and one like this. Okay, now I'm going to find this point right here. I'm going to connect it there, draw a line going across like that, and from here I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it around to that point, like that. There you go. Now, let's go back to over here. I'm going to draw a line like that right there, and a line over here, and then a line going down again, and then a line across like that, little curvy line like that, and then now we're going to connect this to there. Okay, and then we're just going to, let me bring this in as well, and then connect that to that. There you go. I'll go back over here, I'm going to draw this line across, and then down, and then another line right here. Okay, so a line like this, and then this line, and this line. Cool. Hope you guys got that. That was a little bit complicated. Now let's draw this line right here. Two lines, there and there. Okay, right here we're going to draw a hexagon shape. I'm going to color that in, and then two lines like this, and then a line across, and then from these corners I'm going to draw lines going out like that. All right, now let's go over here. Let's draw another tube right here. Let's do the same thing on this side. Okay, I'm gonna draw a curve in between that and that. And now we want to connect this to that hose, this little hose right there. And I'm just going to draw a line going in like that. Okay, so it's just going to connect like that. And then I'm just going to draw this line going down. And that's how you do it. Well, I guess you could draw this curve right there as well. Right there. Okay, so that's the bottom part of Star-Lord's mask. We're not even really done that bottom part yet. We have to connect it as well. So I'm going to draw a circle right here and right here. They're more like ovals actually. And I'm going to connect 2 lines, like a little tube that goes from the center of those ovals going into this little center part right here. Just like that. Okay. Now let's gonna draw this very faintly. Let's start dividing this into. There's gonna be 5 lines that go across his mouth part, his nose and mouth piece right here. So I'm gonna draw 5 lines going across, making sure that they're about the same width from each other. And I want to make sure that the center line runs right in the center of those lines. All right, I'm gonna start at the top. Actually, you know what? Here's a guideline. I'm gonna draw 2 guidelines like this, very, very lightly. Okay, and I'm going to draw those lines, and I want to make sure that they don't quite meet this line and this line right here. So they don't quite meet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my lines up as they meet those up and down lines. Okay, and then I bring them down, and I'm going to start off with the top one, bringing it down so that it meets this corner right here, and this side meets this corner right here. Okay, and then you draw the rest the same angle from each other. There you go. You know what, we could probably even do another one down here. If you have space, feel free to do so. If not, that's fine. All right. Now, underneath that, I'm going to make some small, very, very small rectangle, I guess they're holes or of some sort, right here, in between these angled lines that we did, right in the middle of it, and touching the line. Just like that. Okay, now let's go over here. There's some tubes that are on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 tubes. There's 1, 2, 3. So that's what I'm going to do first. Tilt your paper to make it easier for you to draw them. 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to draw a line crossing those 3 tubes like that. And then from those lines, I'm going to make those tubes a little bit wider. And then once you reach the edge here, I want you to draw a curve so that those tubes look 3-dimensional. Okay, now the same thing on this side. And then I'm just going to draw some more lines right here. And there you go. That's it. We're almost finished the mask. Let's add a little bit more details to it. And this detail is just going to be an angle right there, and then going up again. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's anything else. I think that's it. You got it. Rivet right there and right there, and then some holes right here and here, there and here, and I think that's it. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna double this up, And I'm going to draw a line right here. And we're finished. So there's Star-Lord's mask. Now let's go to the top of his head and let's draw his hair. He's got his widow's peak right here. And now we're going to draw some curls. And the way that I'm just going to do this is I'm just going to naturally draw some curls. So here, from here, I'm just going to draw it going up like this. And Peter Quill has some wavy hair. So this one's kind of hard to do a tutorial on, but just try to draw some wavy hair at the top right here. And inside, just find some curls and just let your pencil kind of do the drawing. Let your wrist do the movement for you. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of doing it in little parts. So I did this part first, and then I break it down into parts. So here's an empty little part right here, and I'm just going to do that. And here's that curl. I'm just going to add some detail to it. So that's kind of how you draw the hair. It's a little bit tough to do a tutorial on the hair, so you kind of have to just do it the way that you think it looks good. So I hope that works out for you. Hair's just its own little thing. All right, so we've got the mask and we've got the hair. Now let's draw his shoulders. I'm going to draw the collar. Starting from here, I'm just going to draw a line going out like this, and then from here going out this way and in like this. Okay, now from here I'm just going to draw a zipper. Here's a zipper. It's 2 lines, and then right around here, that's the lining for his jacket. Now from here I'm going to just bring it in like this. And then from here I'm just going to draw a line going down like that. Alright, from here let's draw the shoulder. And the shoulder angles down like that. There you go. Just want to make it simpler than what I had earlier. Okay, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to do the same thing with the shoulder going this way. And then we're going to drop it down right here. And I'm going to make that even smaller, actually. Peter Quill doesn't have too broad of shoulders. That would be Drax that has broad shoulders. Okay, so we did one jacket, or one side of the jacket. Let's go over here and let's find the other collar. And we're going to start over here. We're going to bring it like this. Okay, we're going to go back over here, line out like that, and then we're going to bring it this way, and then down. This is the zipper, so I'm going to do 2 lines right here. Fix that other zipper. Okay, some stitching in the jacket. Goes like this, like that. A little button right here. I'm going to draw a little oval inside of it. Now his shirt inside sort of does that. So here's the collar for his shirt. And I'm going to draw lines. Now they don't all just go up and down. I make sure that I follow the curve of the collar, and I change the angle of my lines so that it follows that curve. Okay, he's got a strap right here. And I'm going to bring it this way first, and then down, and I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to draw stitching right here for that strap, and then I'm going to draw a buckle right here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to draw a square, and in the middle of that square is going to be a button or a clip. I'm gonna, from that square, I'm gonna draw some curves going up to the shoulder line, and then I draw this one going down once again to there. Okay, now I'm gonna draw a line going out like this from the shoulder, from the strap, and then I bring it down, and then from this little point right here, I'm gonna draw a line going across. Okay, now let's go on this side. From here, we're going to draw a line going, kind of curving this way, going across, and then going back up. So it sort of makes this bowl shape right here, and then we bring it all the way out like that. From not quite the middle, this would be the middle of this little dip, right about here. Line going down, do it twice. Right here now, draw a line going like this, and then out, and do it twice as well. And then I bring it down like that. Okay. He's got some sort of pattern right here, and it's a rectangle, but the bottom part angles up like that. And then from here, goes this way, and then two lines going down. Okay, it's got a little buckle right here, so I'm going to draw a rectangle, and a rectangle inside. Now, the inside rectangle, this line right here, goes out like this, right there, and there. Same thing over here. Does that, and then line out right here, and a line out right over here. And he's got a little patch over here, kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to leave it like this, and then down. And lastly, he's got one faint line that goes across right here, below this line that we did right here. It's a little bit below that. And there you have it. You guys, that is how you draw Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, from Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's all the time that we have today. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope your drawings of Star-Lord turned out great, and if it did, I would love to see it. So go ahead to the Google Plus community and post your artwork there. Links to that in the description below. If you are curious about the equipment that I use to do my tutorials and to make my videos, I have links to those in the description as well. Remember, you guys, clicking on those links helps to support content creators like myself so that we can continue making good stuff for you guys for free. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I also have a donate button that is now available on my channel if you guys care to donate. No pressure. And so you guys, instead of giving you a question of the day, I'm going to be answering a question that I get a lot in the comments instead. So starting with this video, I'm going to be doing that. And the question I get a lot is, are you going to be drawing Savitar? And my answer is yes, I'll be drawing Savitar. But the problem is we don't have a good idea of what he looks like yet. We have a quick glimpse of him and it's really dark. So that is not a good enough reference photo. So wait until we have a good reference photo that is bright and high definition so that I can give you guys a tutorial of Savitar. So wait for it, you guys. It will come, I promise. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you guys subscribe. Here in this channel, I show you how to draw your favorite characters in easy to follow, simple step-by-step instructions. So if you guys like what you see, please consider subscribing. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, it would help me a great deal if you liked this video, commented below, or shared this video with your friends in social media. Speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and on my website, drawto.com, where you can download a free coloring page of Star-Lord and all the other tutorials that I have in this channel. Again, you guys, all of those links are down in the description below. Finally, thank you again for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. If you guys are curious about the equipment that I make to use, if you are curious about the equipment that I use to until I can get so that I can give you guys a tutorial. And that's all the